What's going on, you guys? My name is Rage, and we are back today with another video guide and playthrough for you all. In today's video, we're going to be walking through the Mystic Node boss here using my team and roster. So I want to show you guys quickly my upgrades here for respectively the 5 characters and as well the gameplay footage. So starting off here, coming from the free-to-play event Deathpool, as you can see, I spared no expense on maximizing her abilities. She's extremely crucial just because she grants energy, and as you can see, I got T4s on her basic, her special, and as well as passive, and she's going to extremely synergize well with her fellow new warriors. Next, we got the combination here of the Eternals Icarus. As you can see, once again, an offensive juggernaut. Just the fact that he can work hand in hand with Cersei, reducing the enemy's turn meter and flipping all the positive buffs. You're going to see how powerful he really is, even at a low star ranking, as you see here. Cersei, again, mentioned with Icarus being part of that Eternals mixture duel. The fact that she grants energy for Icarus, has a timely stun when needed, and she can also cleanse the negative conditions. You bet we're going to take advantage of that. And again, you don't need these characters built as high. As you can see, I don't have high yellow stars on them, but even given them in this current state, they're very, very powerful. Dagger and Cloak here. As you can see, these are the upgrades, and the nice thing about Dagger and Cloak is the fact that they actually are available now in the Alpha Orb, so this is really going to be very generous for the free-to-play players and being able to get both of them now at a more attainable level, and as well build them up now, as you can see, with all of them being lower ranking for myself. And lastly, Cloak here, as you can see with the respective upgrades. That's my full 5 characters right there. Let's dive right into the gameplay footage.
Total team power, as you can see here, of 635k, and I like keeping Deathpool and Icarus from opposite sides of each other just because I do believe personally that they're both the 2 most important, and generally when you put your allies on the corners, they get attacked the least. So it doesn't really matter in terms of the other 3 because they generally do the same. But at the very beginning, you can see I don't actually have Icarus's ultimate to actually activate. So we have to shoulder a little bit of the damage. But fortunately, we were able to put the offense down on Kestro. And we do have the 5 charges built from the previous node. So you can see now Deathpool finishing off Dr. Doom because we really want to make sure that building up to there, Dr. Doom's the first one you take down with Deathpool's ultimate. And now we can kind of start our negative conditions here. So the beautiful thing about Cloak and Dagger is their ultimates and being able to apply so many negative conditions and working hand in hand. If they're blinded, the enemies aren't going to get a chance to attack us. So you can see here at this point, this is why it becomes very straightforward and easy because we're going to go ahead now and stun Kestro, and she's the second target right now that we need to focus for. Otherwise, everyone else is blind or negative conditions, so we're in a really, really good position. So this is why this team is so powerful. You can just see that we just have an unfair advantage in terms of the positive buffs we have, the fact that enemies are blinded, and honestly, we just have to keep an eye on the powerful targets such as Maria Hill and Kestro. At this point, we just have the speed advantage, and we're really just taking advantage of getting in as much attacks as we can before they get their turn there. And ideally, we want to take down Kestro, especially in this first wave. We don't want her to compound her abilities, and given how powerful our characters are, you can see we just keep getting more and more turns, and while they're just staying put and not doing much. So finishing off Kestro now in that right corner, we naturally use Deathpool's attacks there to actually go ahead now and finish off Phyla-Vell there. And now this actually does spawn the next wave here, being Gamora and then as well as Sharon Carter. And what I do like about this moment is when Maria Hill does summon the clones, you really want to take advantage of that by ensuring that they go down, because if they go down, we get energy, and as well, you can see now with Icarus, we get the additional strike there. So very straightforward, as you can see. You really just want to go with the flow. The damage, you want to focus on enemies that are lower, but it essentially almost becomes an auto battle because of how easy it becomes with the negative conditions, right? And at this point, I would focus on taking down Nick Fury and Maria Hill just because they have the cleanses and the healing. But as you can see, it doesn't really matter because the amount of damage we do, it's just unsurmountable. They just can't defend against it. And the fact that we have constant energy regeneration thanks to Deathpool ensures that we have Cloak and Dagger continually using their ultimates. And to make it even worse, Icarus and Cersei's combination of providing energy for each other, cleansing, having a stun, Icarus being able to flip all those positive buffs. It's just absolutely undefendable against our team, and it just makes it so it's very straightforward, especially when you see right there with the ultimates taking away their speed meter as well. At this point, 5 enemies left remaining here, and I would focus on actually taking down the healers and as well as Gamora. If you take down the damage dealers, it becomes very, very straightforward. Now, unfortunately, I think I do need to work on attacking this better a little bit, because what you're gonna see in this footage is that it does actually drag out the battle, and maybe what I should have done is actually focus on Captain Sam at the beginning, stunning him and inflicting negative conditions, because you're gonna see that this battle does drag out. But we're gonna go ahead and start cleaning up the board here. The healers in Maria Hill. And we're going to focus now and finishing off Gamora afterwards as well. But yeah, it gets a little dull here. It definitely could have been done as one shot, but you'll see in this footage that it does take me 2 attempts, because I made the mistake of leaving Captain Sam. And then this is a great example of showing you guys what you shouldn't do. So you can see Captain Sam taunts right there. And then he gets a boatload of buffs. We don't have Icarus's ultimate to flip it, so now we're going on back and forth of just soaking up damage. And when we don't have our abilities, that's when it makes it harder, because they're not falling now at this point, right? So you can see, really at this point, I'm just trying to see if I can take down anybody else. Beautiful. Now we have the ultimate there. And again, the blind. So now we just try to take down anyone. It's either going to be Phyla-Vell or it's going to be Gamora. But just because they're the ones that do damage, and if I realized that at this point I probably can't finish the node in one shot, so I really want to just take down all the damage dealers. So if I could rewind this, I would definitely go back and perhaps focus on Captain Sam first, get his deflex off, and then stun him with Cersei's special, and that way he wouldn't be able to move, right? The moment he taunted, that's when everything kind of went south for us. So at this point, we just want to clean up and at least reduce the amount of damage he can do, and then clean it up with the second attempt here. Now, just fast forwarding to save you guys a bit of time here, you can see, now with the second attempt, it still takes a little bit of time, because this is a great example to show you how strong and tanky Captain Sam is, and that's why ideally he should have been taken care of before that last node. But you can see how long this can drag out, especially with both Maria Hill being able to heal, and as well as Captain Sam having his defensive capabilities, providing buffs. Just look at how tanky they are, and this is just 2 of them. Fortunately, they don't have damage, but I hope this is able to at least showcase for you guys. This is why you do not leave them running, because again, now you can see Maria Hill is close, then Captain Sam taunts, and then now we're back to pretty much where we left off in the first attempt, which is pretty tedious here. As you can see, it takes a lot, it can eat up a lot of time if you leave Captain Sam. So again, big message here is just making sure that you either you have Icarus ultimate to flip all the positive buffs on Captain Sam before he activates his abilities, or as well, you make sure that you actually take him down or stun him before he uses his taunt, so that way we can prevent this incident from happening again. And there you guys have it. That is the wrap of this node. Ideally, like I said, it can definitely be done one shot with this team, but I wanted to show you guys at least how it can go wrong if you do not focus the right enemies here. So thank you as always, guys. Hope you enjoyed this team and video, and just given how powerful it is, it's really great if you can invest in them. Thank you as always, and I'll see you guys in the next one.